Good afternoon, friends. This is Claudine here at Rascal and Crow Farm. We're just showing you our winter rye, or sometimes it's called fall rye, in our outside beds. Now, we have a little bit of a nursery happening in between some of our outside raised beds. We have linoleum laid down, and we've put the pots on so that it doesn't seep into the nice gravel that we have between our beds for now. And we've got to put these pots in their own nursery section that we have to hopefully move them out this year, because I like to get around my beds. So you do what you can with what you got. So I'm just showing you here. I planted my winter rye. Now, I did it 2 weeks ago, and it is now at about 2.5 to 3 inches, and that's, thank goodness. Now, I did it because here in the spring 2 weeks ago, because we had a few injuries here between my husband and I, and so I only got around to planting it in at this time, hoping that I would have enough time for it to grow to have it further compost naturally as a green compost for our raised beds. Now, what I don't plant, if I don't have a bed that doesn't have garlic in it, then I put my winter rye on the outside beds only. I haven't done it in the greenhouses because it's quite dry in the greenhouses, so I don't think it would do well, although I might experiment one year. So anyways, this is our second bed, and hopefully in another week they'll be tall enough and we will turn it in, because you need about 7-8 weeks for decomposting. And I'll show you further what we do to decompost this winter rye. We turn it into the ground, and then we do something further that most people forget to do and don't do. And so then if what happens sometimes is, if you don't do this further step, you have rye growing with your vegetables. So in about a week we will turn it in, and then we'll show you in another video what we do to further compost this. So that we have beautiful soil at the end without any rye in it. Now over here, I'm just showing you my outside, one of my outside garlic beds. Look how well that is doing. I have no spots missing, virtually no spots missing of garlic. Everything is pushed through. Some are slightly more advanced. The middle ones are slightly more advanced than this one, see here at the outside here. Now, the only reason is because it's a different variety. Garlic grows at different speed, of course, in their different varieties, and they're harvested at different times as well. So this is just to show you, we're looking at about 8 inches growth, 8 to 10 inches. I would say 10 inches growth in the middle. And this one here on the outside, I would say some are 6, some are 8, as you can see. So they're all looking pretty beautiful. I would say an average of 8 inches, and the middle ones are almost pushing 12 inches. They're 10 inches in the middle there. So looking pretty good. You can see the difference between how the garlic does on the outside. It loves the outside, loves the heat too. And then how garlic does in greenhouses that I showed you in my last video on having to garlic track garlic that hasn't pushed through, and what that means. What to do when your garlic, when you're missing spots of garlic, that means that it hasn't pushed through. So what you need to do, check out my video on garlic tracking, what to do when your garlic has not pushed through and you got maybe 6 to 8 inches of growth on certain garlics. All right, so that is just showing you what our garlic's doing, how well it's doing on the outside versus the greenhouse sometimes, and what the issues we have with the greenhouse growing the garlic. So there you go. So this here is my little nursery in between. I've got all kinds of fruit trees. I've got apple trees, I've got blueberries, I've got raspberries, and this is just a temporary nursery. We've been having a nursery in between the beds here on top of linoleum so that we keep the gravel underneath nice and clean. And we can wash it. And so we have other things, grapes and kiwi and gojis, all kinds of things, and figs, and so fig trees. And so a lot of repotting again this year, and hopefully we'll get them in the ground, if not this year, next year, that we're preparing hopefully another side of the land for them. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope that this gives you an idea. If you can plant winter rye, please do. It's really great for your soil. It makes it fluffy for your vegetables, as well as a green compost. And the winter rye also scavenges for nitrogen in the soil, so making it available. So that is excellent, excellent thing. And I've been doing this for years now. And it also stifles your weeds and keeps your beds clean by doing this every winter. Thank you for joining us. Hope this was interesting for you. And bye for now, folks.